It started as a simple robbery, or at least that's what everyone thought. But what happened inside this small home audio store in Ogden, Utah, on the 22nd of April, 1974, would go down as one of the most disturbing crimes in history. The victims? Tortured in ways so horrifying that even seasoned detectives were left speechless. The killers? Cold, calculated, and shockingly ruthless. But why? And who were the monsters behind this brutal crime? It was just another quiet evening in Ogden, Utah. The hi-fi shop, a small home audio store, was preparing to close for the night. Employees Stanley Walker, 20, and Michelle Ansley, 18, were finishing their shifts. But what they didn't know was that their lives were about to change forever. Shortly before closing time, several men walked in. But they weren't there to browse. They were there for something far more sinister. The intruders, armed and dangerous, immediately took Stanley and Michelle hostage. But they weren't the only ones. Over the next hour, 3 more innocent people would unknowingly walk into the store, and straight into a nightmare. What happened next was pure horror. The robbers weren't satisfied with just stealing. They wanted to make their victims suffer. The attackers forced their hostages to drink a lethal cocktail of Drano, claiming it would knock them out. But instead, it caused unimaginable pain. Their skin burned from the inside out, their mouths blistered, and they gasped for air. The torture didn't stop there. When they realized the poison wasn't killing fast enough, the criminals took matters into their own hands, executing their victims one by one. Hours later, authorities arrived at a scene straight out of a nightmare. Blood stained the floors, and the store was eerily silent. 2 victims survived, but barely. The killers were eventually tracked down. Their names? Dale Selby Pierre and William Andrews, 2 Air Force airmen stationed nearby. Their motive? A robbery gone wrong, fueled by a terrifying lack of remorse. But justice was swift. Both men were sentenced to death, and in 1987 and 1992, their sentences were carried out. The hi-fi murders remain one of the most disturbing crimes in American history. A robbery that turned into one of the most brutal acts of torture imaginable. But what do you think? Was justice served? And what would you have done in such a terrifying situation? Comment below, and don't forget to subscribe for more chilling true crime cases.